Caitlin Clark is headed back to the fairways this offseason, and she isn't going alone. The Indiana Fever star will tee it up at the Annika driven by Gainbridge at Pelican Pro-Am on November 12 at Pelican Golf Club in Florida, and her bag crew might steal the show. Clark has enlisted two very familiar faces as guest caddies, Fever guard Lexie Hall and WNBA veteran Sophie Cunningham. It's the kind of light, feel-good off-season crossover that blends women's basketball with the LPGA, and it has all the ingredients to captivate fans: star power, personality, and plenty of moments made for social media. If this setup feels like it popped out of nowhere, the seeds were planted weeks ago. When Clark's Pro-Am plans surfaced, Sophie Cunningham jumped into the comments with a playful offer. Caitlin Clark need a couple of caddies? Lexie Hull was right there too. Sign us up, with the kind of energy fans love from their chemistry off the court. At first, it looked like a fun exchange that would quietly fade. Instead, it turned into a real assignment. Gainbridge, a company closely tied to Indiana sports and the LPGA event, confirmed that Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hall will join professional stars Nelly Korda and Lauren Ann for a special day at Pelican as Caitlin's caddies. Yes, caddies, not supporting in the background, not calling in with encouragement, actually out on the course, carrying the bag, reading lines on the green, giving mock serious advice, and keeping the vibes relaxed. For a Pro-Am that thrives on personality as much as swings, it's a perfect fit. Clark's reputation with fans, accessibility, poise under pressure, and a surprising smoothness with a golf club makes her a natural for a celebrity tournament. Pair that with Sophie's high-octane presence and Lexie's easy humor, and you get a trio that can carry a broadcast and a timeline. There's another layer here that's fueling extra intrigue. Sophie Cunningham has been a constant subject of off-season conversation, where she'll play, whether she's staying put, and how teams value her toughness, spacing, and leadership. The Fever's social channels have centered naturally on Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston, which left fans reading between the lines on everyone else. So when Sophie emerged in a branded announcement as Caitlin's guest caddy, the speculation machine spun up again. Is this a signal about her future? A chemistry check in public view? Or simply a veteran making time for a friend at a marquee event? The honest answer today, it's just a great off-season moment. Until transactions are inked, anything more is guesswork. Lexie Hall's role is more straightforward. She and Clark clicked on and off the court last season, and fans love their dynamic. Hall's popularity has grown thanks to her work rate, defense, and willingness to embrace big moments with a grin. As a caddy, she's a content producer's dream. Quick quips, quick reads, and the kind of teammate presence that keeps the energy high for fans and partners alike. For the Fever, for the WNBA, and for the Annika at Pelican, this is cross-sports synergy done right. It also shines a light on a bigger issue. The WNBA offseason has been too quiet. A year ago, anything that involved Caitlin Clark became appointment viewing. Her rookie season drove record WNBA ratings, sold-out arenas, and a wave of new viewers who suddenly knew the schedule and the channel. But after the playoffs, the buzz cooled. Fans who eagerly jumped in during Clark's rookie year found fewer storylines to carry them through the fall. The league's silence created a vacuum, and momentum leaked out. That's why this Pro-Am cameo matters more than it seems. It's one of the few bright, shareable moments breaking through the off-season lull. The NBA wrote the playbook for keeping fans engaged year-round. Free agency drama, trade rumors, draft chatter, training camp clips, and personality-driven content. The WNBA has the stars and the stories to do the same, especially with names like Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Aja Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, and Angel Reese shaping the conversation. Off-season content isn't a luxury, it's the lifeline that converts spikes of curiosity into durable fandom. When fans see Clark at a celebrity golf tournament with Lexie Hall and Sophie Cunningham, alongside LPGA icon Nelly Korda, it's a crossover moment that should be everywhere. There's also the narrative weight of how Clark was treated last season. Too often, her presence sparked arguments instead of celebration. Each week brought more debate about whether she deserved the attention, whether the spotlight was earned, and whether liking her meant you were on the wrong side of an imaginary culture war. That noise got loud enough to drown out the basketball. It exhausted casual fans who wanted to enjoy a game, not listen to think pieces about why enjoying a game was a moral test. The league didn't create that dynamic, but it didn't redirect it either. Now the offseason needs a reset. Welcoming energy, inclusive narratives, and content that brings new fans closer instead of pushing them away. Consider what this golf event gives women's sports in one frame. Caitlin Clark, the most talked about player in women's basketball, participating in a Pro-Am at the Annika driven by Gainbridge, one of the LPGA's marquee stops. Nelly Korda, the world's most recognizable women's golfer, is in the mix. The venue, Pelican Golf Club in Florida, is televised and social media ready. Add Lexie and Sophie Cunningham in supporter roles, and it becomes a collaborative showcase for the WNBA and LPGA to cross-pollinate audiences. For sponsors, that's gold. For fans, it's fun. For the leagues, it's a blueprint. It's also an invitation for the Fever and the WNBA to amplify the moment. Mic up the caddies. Give fans a behind-the-scenes look at range sessions, tee-box banter, and greenside reads. Capture the interactions with Nelly Korda and Lauren Ann, and package the best exchanges for short-form clips on every channel. Build a mini-series around the day. Caitlin Clark goes caddy cam, and drop it across platforms. These are the touches that extend the life of a moment beyond the tee time, turning it into shareable, evergreen content fans can revisit and new fans can discover.
Back to Cunningham for a beat. She's exactly the kind of player every young roster needs. Physical on defense, spacing on offense, a connector in the room. Too often last year, discussion around her veered away from the floor toward personality politics. That's not a winning message for a league that wants to grow its base. Seeing her alongside Clark in a playful, non-basketball setting reframes the conversation. It centers teammates, chemistry, and personality, the elements that drive modern sports engagement. If Fever fans want her back, keep the talk about fit, impact, and identity. If they're unsure, the team should own that uncertainty, not let speculation do the talking. Now, context matters. The Annika driven by Gainbridge at Pelican is more than a backdrop. It's a showcase event on the LPGA calendar, with the Pro-Am offering a rare look at stars outside their usual arenas. Last year, Nelly Korda praised Clark's calm amid big crowds. This year, with Lexie and Sophie looping, that vibe should only grow. The optics are ideal for women's sports: collaborative, joyful, and elite without being self-serious. It's the image to lead the WNBA's offseason. All in with a smile. So why isn't this trending? Part timing, part strategy. Football season eats the schedule, NBA headlines are loud, and the WNBA's official channels tend to operate at a lower hum from October through January. That's understandable historically, but it's a missed opportunity in this era. The solution isn't complicated. Make off-season calendars public, tease free agency windows, spotlight player-led projects and brand partnerships, lean into crossovers like this Pro-Am. Don't wait for regular season tip-off to light the fuse. Keep it burning. As for Clark, she continues to do what she's done since Iowa. Move the needle. Whether she's dropping 30 from the logo or reading putts with Lexie and Sophie Cunningham, she attracts new eyeballs and invites casual fans to care. The question for the WNBA is whether it will meet her halfway with infrastructure and storytelling that honors that momentum. This golf hit is the perfect place to start. Women's basketball meets women's golf. LPGA meets WNBA. Highlight moments ready-made for Instagram, TikTok, and broadcast cut-ins. If you're circling the date, here's what to know. The Annika driven by Gainbridge at Pelican Pro-Am is scheduled for November 12th at Pelican Golf Club in Florida. Expect Caitlin Clark with guest caddies Lexie and Sophie Cunningham, LPGA star Nelly Korda in the field, and a fan-friendly day built for cameras and clips. Check the LPGA and event pages for viewing options and social coverage. Teams and sponsors will likely push highlights across platforms. If you're a Fever fan, or a women's sports fan more broadly, this is a chance to celebrate the personalities that make the game fun. There's a larger lesson tucked into this moment. Women's sports are strongest when they collaborate. The LPGA and WNBA share goals: bigger audiences, mainstream visibility, and commercial growth. Events like this build bridges between fan bases and give sponsors a wider runway for activation. They also give players the space to be themselves, which is exactly the content the modern sports audience wants. Fans connect with athletes who feel human, who have a sense of humor, and who let us into their world beyond the stat line. Expect the questions to keep coming about Sophie Cunningham's future, about how the Fever will shape their roster around Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston, and about what the WNBA will do to keep the offseason from going flat. Those are fair questions, but for a day at least, the answers can wait. Watch the swings, listen for the jokes between caddy and player, and enjoy a crossover that feels fresh, light, and long overdue. If you're tracking the broader headlines, Caitlin Clark news, Indiana Fever updates, WNBA offseason moves, and LPGA storylines from the Anika driven by Gainbridge at Pelican, this is your feed to follow. We'll bring you the best moments from Pelican Golf Club, behind-the-scenes snippets with Lexie Hall and Sophie Cunningham, and any notable cameos with Nelly Corda and Lauren Ann. We'll also keep an eye on how the league approaches the months ahead. Free agency, trade rumors, schedule teasers, and the kind of personality-driven content that keeps a fan base energized. One final note. A year ago, this exact story would have led sports talk shows and lit up timelines. The fact that it's happening more quietly now isn't a reason to shrug. It's a reminder of how quickly momentum can slip if no one's tending the flame. The good news is that the spark is still there. Caitlin Clark remains a magnet. The Fever have a core that can grow. The WNBA has the stars and the stories. And the LPGA is a ready ally in building something bigger. So yes, this is a golf outing, but it's also a signal. Women's basketball isn't hibernating, it's just gone outside for a walk with a couple of caddies who happen to be fan favorites. If the league is wise, it will take this moment, amplify it, and build the next ones with intention. Because when fans are given a reason to show up, they do. And when the content matches the moment, it lasts. Are you excited to see Caitlin, Lexie, and Sophie on the green at Pelican? Drop your thoughts below. Tell us what you want to see from the WNBA this offseason, and which cross-sport collab should happen next. For more on Caitlin Clark, Indiana Fever news, WNBA offseason coverage, the Anika driven by Gainbridge at Pelican, and LPGA highlights with Nelly Corda, make sure you're subscribed. We'll be on it from the first tee to the final putt.